So welcome back to this channel once again, and I'm again here with a very interesting topic right now. So here I'm going to create module and service program. So I'll be giving you the demo how we can create a module and service program over those modules. So and how we can call those service program procedures, that is the procedures which are now bound to the service programs in any other ILE program. So what I'll be doing, I'll be creating one single module. Okay, single module with one procedure, then multiple, then then two procedure. Okay, and then service program on um, two on two modules, bounded with two modules, based on two modules, and one or multiple procedures, one or multiple procedures. Okay, and how I'm going to call that in other ILE PGM. So basically binding by service program. So this time I'm not binding any module to the program, so that as I did earlier, I'm binding any module to the program to call those sub procedures of that module in my program. So for example, someone has written any module, and that is a no main module, and someone has written so many procedures in that. For example, out of that I want to use some procedures in my program. So for that purpose I was earlier doing uh, earlier binding that module to my program so that I could call that as a procedure. Now, but in case any changes would come into that module, would cause my uh, program to be suffered or in error. But now I'm going to uh, create the service program over that, so that I would be binding the service program. So no more binding module. So now binding the service program. So how would I be doing that, and how would I be calling the procedures of the service programs in my program? So let's see. uh, so here I just created this example. Just delete this. So I'll be showing you only one procedure at a time, so that you can better understand. So you can see currently I have only one procedure, sub procedure defined inside this no main module. So no main module means there is no main procedure inside that, so all the procedures are defined as sub procedures. Okay, so there is no entry point in this module, so I can call these sub procedures from anywhere by exporting them. So simply this is the prototype definition. We are accepting two input parameters and returning one value, and this is the procedure interface which is defined inside the procedure body, backend and end. So which is same as procedure prototype, but here this is the entry parameter. These are the entry parameters, so the value will be coming here and returning from here only. So you can see the calculation, summing those two numbers and returning the sum. Now you can see export here. So these are exported to, this is exported sub procedure. So now we can call this sub procedure from any program, anywhere, from any other program. So that's why I have to make it exported. So in case if I'm not exporting this sub procedure, I won't be able to call this sub procedure from any other program. So the scope will be only limited to this module only. Okay, so now just what I do, I'll be simply creating a module of this. Just create a module by debug view star source. Okay, the module is created. DSP mod work obj ILE PGM 10. So these are the two things created here. Just do it again. So I earlier created that, so that's why it is showing the service program also. So this is the module which is created, DSP mod. Now you can see the information of this module. So sub procedure 1 is defined inside this as exported. So this was the exported thing. Now I'll be creating the service program using create SRV PGM command. Okay, so I can give any name, different or the same name, depend upon me. ILE-PGM10. I'll be binding that module ILE-PGM10, which is a no main module to this. So I can bound as many module I want. So I'll be setting star all here so that I'll be exporting all the things. Okay, just take F10. There is no other service program which I'm binding to this. So this is a simple service program where I'm binding only one or two modules, and those one or two modules will be having one or multiple procedures. So no binding directory bounding this time. So we'll be creating videos where I'm binding service program to service programs, binding directory to the service programs, or other things in my later videos. Okay, so just press enter. You can see service, sorry, just do one thing, work objects. Now you can see the service program object also, which is created successfully. Now do DSP SRV PGM ILE PGM10 to see the information of this service program. So here you can see the current export signature. Okay, this is the module which is bounded to this service program. There are no service program bounded to this. This is the sub procedure which is exported from this service program. This is the signature. So in the last you can see this one. So the signature is very important, which plays an important role in calling this service program from any other procedure, any other you can say program. Now as you can see the module and the service program is created successfully. Now I have to call this the sub procedure of that service program from any other ILE program. Okay, so here you can see I just defined the global variable. I just defined the prototype here, the prototype of that sub procedure one, which is defined in the ILE PGM10 service program. Okay, so the prototype must be same and match with that so that I can call the procedure of the service program. Now I'm calling the, so I can call it only once. I'll be calling it only once. Just remove this. So you can see I'm calling this sub procedure one. So this is the syntax. So this is an expression where I'm calling the sub procedure one. So the calling is by call by value, so that I'm providing 5 colon 10. If it was not call by value, I won't be able to do like this. So in that case I have to define two variables and pass those variables to this sub procedure. Okay, but I can do either I can pass the variable or like this value only in case of value, call by value. So here I am returning the sum and displaying the sum from this sub procedure. So this is the sub procedure which is defined in this service program. So I am basically calling the procedure of the service program which is exported. Now just compile this, create the module. Since this is an ILE program, so ILE program must have a module. Module is created, just create SRV PGM. Sorry, service program is already created. Now I'll be creating a program, creating the program of ILE PGM10A. ILE PGM10A, any module? Yes, ILE PGM10A, the same module. Now I'm not going to bind the ILE PGM10 module here because I'm not going to bind the no main module here and calling the sub procedure. I can do that here also, that I can bound ILE PGM10A and I can call that sub procedure. That is also correct, but we must not use that. We must create the service programs and we must bind the service programs and call them, because any change in the service program won't lead this to recompile. The only thing comes ask it to recompile only when any for example you can say any the current the signature of that service program changes. So in that case you will be getting the signature violation error. So in case if for example you have changed a simple thing in the module, then you have to recompile this program again and again, because this is binded to that module. Okay, so what I am doing, I am binding the service program ILE PGM10. Okay, so I'm not binding the binding directory or anything else, so I'm just pressing enter. So you can see that the module and the PGM is created. So just see the information of that ILE PGM10A. Okay, so you can see that this module is bound. That's correct. A service program is also bind to this, whose signature is this. So this signature and the signature of the service program by doing DSP-SRE PGM must be matched. So in case any mismatch, then you have to recompile this program, else you won't need to recompile this program. Okay, so there is just do it again. If you do this thing on the service program, you can see what module and things are bind to that. The ILE PGM10 was bound, and the sub procedure one you can export. Okay, so this is the information which you can see from here using DSP PGM or DSP-SRE PGM on the service program. Now as you can see, now I have successfully created the module, the service program of the module ILE PGM10. Now I have created the another ILE PGM module, ILE PGM10A, where I bound the service program ILE PGM10 to ILE PGM10A now and call the sub procedure of that service program. Now I'll be debugging that. So I can debug the program for sure. I can strdbg. I can debug this program by writing ILE PGM10A here and update production mode set star yes. But for example, if I want to, I just directly want to uh, uh, debug the service program. For in that case, what I'll be doing, I'll be mentioning the name of the service program here. Okay, ILE PGM10. Just press enter. Now I'll be directly debugging the service program. So basically I'm calling that ILE PGM10A, but I'm debugging ILE PGM10 because I have called that sub procedure, and it will go to that service program procedure. So I can just set the breakpoint in this sub procedure, line 1, line 20, just take F3, call ILE PGM10A. So we cannot call a service program, we can only call a program. Okay, we can call a module, as you can as you already know, using call B. Okay, so for calling the service program, so basically we are calling the procedures, the procedure defined inside that service program. Okay, so call ILE PGM10A. So now you can see that I'm now on the service program F5 module. So it is taking two numbers as input. Okay, returning the sum as 15 and displaying the sum. Okay, so this was the call of that service program sub procedure from this program. Okay, now you can see the result. Now this was the simple service program where I bound only one module and one procedure. So what I can do is I can bound I can create multiple procedures inside this module. So how will I be doing that? I just, so as you already see now, two procedure time, so sub procedure 2. So I would be just replicating this to make it the sub procedure 2, so that it won't take much time from my side to create another procedure. Okay, What I'll be doing, I'll be just replicating this and making this as a procedure 2 also. This was the begin procedure interface. So the same procedure is replicated as a procedure 2. Now I have two sub procedures inside this no main module. What I'll be doing, I'll be creating this module again. 15 star source. Okay, now you can see DSP mod ILE PGM 10. Earlier it was showing one sub procedure 1, now it is showing sub procedure 2 also as exported. Now just create the service program. So either we can create a service program using the same command. Okay, that was this was the command. Let me show you. Using the same command I can create the service program again. Now for example, DSP SRV PGM IID PGM 10. Okay, just see the signature information. So in last you can note down 4E2. Now I can update the service program also using UPDSRV PGM. For example, I'm not going to create this, so I'm updating the service program ILE PGM 10. Okay, the module is ILE PGM 10 and export is star all. There is no other service program or binding directory bounded to this. Just press enter. Service program this updated. So if I do this again, now I can see the same only one module, but now there are two sub procedures. Okay, so the either I can use create PGM on the at the first time I'll be using the create service program, but on the second time I can use UPD SRV PGM updates SRV PGM that will update the service program. So you can see 4E2 is not there, so the service program signature is changed. Now in case of change of the service program procedure, what I'll be doing, DSP PGM ILE PGM 10A, just check the service program procedure 4E2. So it was the signature which was earlier assigned to that service program before recompiling or updating that. Now the service program procedure is changed, so I need to recompile this service module, this program as well. Okay, so what I'll be doing, I'll be compiling the module. Okay, so now I'm again, what I can do, I can just update this program. So update SRV PGM or update PGM, I can do both of, use the same way. Yes, there is a service program which was found, ILE PGM 10. Okay, now just the program is updated, DSP PGM ILE PGM 10A. You can see the service program procedure service program signature is updated now, and it is matched, is in sync with the service program signature. Okay, now you can call this ILE PGM 10A. Okay, so you can see the result. Okay, so here you saw that you are able to execute the service program procedure from another ILE program. So what I did, I didn't call this a procedure 2. So let me call that also from here. So sub procedure 2. Now I'm passing 20 colon 30 two values. So I need to define the sub procedure prototype also. That is same as I replicated this. So what I'll be doing, I'll be 2030 initializing this again. Just compile this, update this program. The program is updated, call ILE PGM 10. Okay, 15 and 50. So you can see the result. So you have called those two sub procedures. So you have seen how you can bind a single how you can bind a single module to a service program, and then you can write one or multiple procedures. Then you can call all those procedures which are exported into some other ILE program, and how you can bound that service program to the other ILE program. Now I'll be binding two module uh, okay, to this service program. So let me show you that. So make this module as 10 A1 for example. So the same thing will be here also. So just change what I need to change is, in A1 I'll be making a sub procedure 3 for example, and sub procedure 4. So this is the sub procedure 3 beginning, 3 pi, and 3 end. Okay, so I'm just applicating that, so that I'm showing you how we can just add one or more procedures. Okay, this is sub procedure 4. Just compile this module. So the module is created. Now we have two modules. Okay, now what I'm doing, let me compile it again. I'll be showing you from the fresh. Okay, so these are the two modules which are created. Okay, so I'll be creating the service program SRV PGM. I can use the UPD SRV PGM also, but I'm using this right now. ILE PGM 10, ILE create SRV PGM. Okay, so this time I'll be creating some other a service program with some other name, ILE SRV PGM. Okay, or ILE PGM 10 SR. So there is no name module like this. So ILE PGM 10 and ILE PGM 10 A1. So I'm binding two modules now to this service program, and I change the name of the service program ILE PGM 10 SR. So I'm just copying this. Okay, exporting all, pressing enter. So you can see that the service program is created now. DSP SRV PGM. The service program name is this one now. Now this service program is having two modules bind to this. Okay, and there are no other service programs. So the procedures are the procedure 1 2 3 4. 1 2 are from module 1 10 10, and 3 and 4 are module from module 10 A1. Okay, so this is the service program signature. Now you have created the service program. Now you have to call this from here. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm replicating this to make it sub procedure 3 or 4. Okay, so now I'm calling those 4 procedures again. Those 4 procedures, sub procedure 3 and 4. Okay, so from here I'm passing 6 comma 11, and from here I'm passing 70 comma 90. Okay, so what I'll be doing for this thing, I'm compiling this. So I'm creating the module for this thing. Now what I'm doing, I'm creating the PGM. I can use the UPD PGM also, update PGM command also. So I'm showing you how we can do this. So I can keep the name different from the module of here. It's depend upon me, but I'm keeping the name same, 10A. Okay, so the module is ILE PGM 10A. Nothing more than that needs to be added. So now I don't need to bind those two modules here. So I only need to bind the service program which is binded to those two modules. Okay, so the service program name is this. Just press enter. You can see that the program is created successfully. DSP PGM ILE PGM 10A. So this is bounded to only one module, and this is bounded to the service program ILE PGM10 SR now. Okay, let's see the service program signature. The two modules are bounded. Just take F12, one step back. Two modules are bounded to the service program, and these four sub procedures are exported from those two that service program. Now that service program is holding four sub procedure. Okay, exporting four sub procedure from those two modules. So now I can use those four sub procedure in any of my ILE program just by binding that service program. So I don't need to bind those module anywhere. I just need to bind that only single service program. So for example, if you have if you have 10 modules and there are 100 of sub procedures in those 10 modules, for example 10 10 10 10 each sub procedures in those 10 modules, and I want to use all those 100 sub procedures. So in that case I don't need to bind those 10 modules to my program. I just simply I'll be creating a service program over those 10 modules, and I'll be binding that single service program to my program, so that I would be accessing all those um, uh, you can say sub procedures in my program. So this is now make it simple, make my thing simple. Okay, so now you can see the service program is created, the program is created, everything is created. I'll be calling ILE PGM 10A. Okay, so you can see the results 15, 50, 17 and 160. So let me show you debugging. Yes, strdbg ILE PGM 10A. Okay, so I think this will gonna be a very good video because this will give you the whole information of how you can create a service program, how you can bind a service program to any other program, how you can bound the modules. So this is not created with the source debug. Okay, let me create them with the source debug. So first thing I'll be doing, I'll be compiling all those modules with the debug view. So the first step is to compile the modules that won't require any binding. So the modules are created. Now I'll be creating the service PGM. Okay, service program is created again. Now I'll be creating the create PGM. So I'm repeating those steps just by adding debug view as star source. Now I can debug. Okay, so set the breakpoint here. Call ILE PGM 10A. Okay, so I cannot call this because this is a module or a service program. Just take F10, shift F10. So now you are in module ILE PGM 10, which is bounded to the service program ILE PGM 10 SR. So you are returning this. Now you can see the sum is returned as 15. Now calling sub procedure 2, which is defined in the same module or the service program ILE PGM 10 SR. Okay, now I'm calling sub procedure 3. Now you can see that this is bounded to the this is from ILE PGM 10 A1 module, but that is bound to the service program ILE PGM 10 SR. Okay, so I'm calling this. Okay, so this is the thing which I just want to show you that how you can debug this. So here I think you have learned many things. So you can create an OWIN module, you can create a service program over that, you can write one or multiple sub procedures inside your no main module. Now you can bind multiple module to the service program. Okay, so you can also call those sub procedures which are defined in the service program in any ILE program. So whatever what is the advantage is, for example, you have that I already told you that if you have, for example, 10 modules, and in those 10 modules if you have 10 each sub procedures defined, and you want to use all of them, means all those 100 sub procedures in your program. Okay, and now what you can do, either you can bind all those 10 modules. Okay, that will be hectic to you. So you can create a simple single service program over those 10 modules. Okay, now you have a service program object. Okay, now you can bind your ILE PGM with that service program object. You can bind that service program in your ILE program, and you will be able to access all those 100 sub procedures using a single service program, because all those modules are binded to that service program only. So it makes things very simple, and even compilation or recompilation very simple. So once the signature gets changed, only then only you have to recompile your program. So you don't need to worry about is there any module gets changed or anything else changed. So the only thing happens, uh, only thing that will cause issue, that when the service program signature gets changed, so at that time you need to recompile your program. Okay, so this is the thing which I want to show you here. So I'll be surely I'll be creating more videos on service programs. So I'll be showing you that how we can bind a service program to a service program, binding directories to a service program, what is the usage of binding directories, and other things. There are various much more so many things and that I'll be covering. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.